So, as we move on to the ratios, we are going to understand the basics, which is from our previous grade, which is grade 7. You dealt with ratios A as to B, and you were using this when you are comparing two quantities, two or more quantities that you have with same units. All right, you are comparing, let's say you have got Peter and John, and they do share a certain amount of money. Let's say they are sharing 100 rand in the ratio 2 as to 3 respectively. So we are comparing two people here to say how much is Peter going to obtain, how much John is going to obtain from a certain amount of money that they are sharing. So a ratio can be expressed as a fraction. We saw that previously, to write 2 over 3, to write A as to B like this can be the same as A over B. This can be written as 2 over 3 as a fraction. That's a ratio. Comparing two or more, it can be 2 as to 3 as to 5. There are three of them sharing a certain amount of money, or maybe they are sharing whatever they're sharing, it's from the three people that are presented. So we are going to have three ratios. If there are two, we are going to have two. In terms of the comparison, you are comparing two people, three people. So this is the indication that you're going to have whenever you're dealing with what? A ratio. So we are simply saying this one is the comparison. All right, let me just have this way, is a comparison of two. It can be two or more. All right, so two or more quantities. All right, quantities with the same units. So we must have same units. All right, by what? By division. So let's say we are just comparing two quantities, e.g., quantity A as to quantity B. All right, this will be the ratio of quantity in terms of the quantities. The given information, is it about the number of people? Like there are three of them, there are two of them, Peter and John. This corresponds to the exact given ratio, maybe A as to B. We are now given maybe 2 as to 3. So comparison is from these two. They'll be having a ratio corresponding, meaning say Peter has 2 parts. John has 3 parts. So these are parts. Ratio, it's they are parts. So if you consider to say this one got 3 parts. Okay, the first one got 2 parts. Let us just indicate what is happening here. So it's just like this. This one got 2 parts, like this. So this is first part, second part, all right? The other one got 3 of them. So this is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There are 3 parts. So together, how many parts are we having? This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they have 5 parts in what? In a total. So meaning to say the total number of parts equals to what we are sharing. The total in terms of the ratio equals to what we are sharing. The total in terms of the ratio that is given, it equals to what we are sharing, which is the total of the shared quantity. Total of what we are sharing. It's from the total ratio. So always when you are to consider a ratio, you must ask yourself, how many parts do I have in total? 3 as to 2 as to 1. What is the total in terms of what? The ratio. I simply have to add 3 plus 2 plus 1. So that's going to be 6. So we are saying we have got 6 parts in total. So this one got 3 parts out of 6. This one got 2 parts out of 6. This one got 1 out of 6. They are sharing. The other one has got 3 out of 6. The other one has got 2 out of 6. The other one has got 1 out of 6. Out of the total in terms of what? The ratio. Total number of parts. So when you understand this, it can help you to simplify what exactly will be the share of 1. What will be the share of 1? If you understand that concept. All right, so I'm going to have examples on that part. A ratio can also be given on a condition where you are supposed to write it in simplest form, like 3 as to 6. It is not in simplest form. Remember, a ratio is just like a fraction. A fraction, 3 over 6, is not in simplest form. 3 over what? Over 6 is same as 1 over 2. In simplest form, what actually happened? Divide by 3. 1, 3, 2. So say whenever you're dealing with a ratio, it can be reduced. We can try to reduce it. What is the highest common factor between the two numbers? Remember, we dealt with highest common factor. So that is 3. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. So this is going to be 1 as to 6 divided by 3, which is 2, in the simplest form. So you just consider the highest common factor, 5 as to 10 as to 20. What is the highest common factor of the 3 numbers? That is 5. So divide by 5, by 5, by 5. You are reducing the given ratio. So it's going to be 1 as to 10 divided by 5, that's a 2. 20 divided by 5, that is what? A 4. In a simplest form. Just like that. So how do we apply the questions for ratios? We might be given a condition like this one. Divide 36 in the ratio. We are given ratios, the first one, second one, third one. They are saying divide. It is like share 36 in the ratio. Like maybe there are two people, Peter and what? And John. So it's like how much Peter is going to obtain, how much John is going to obtain. So that is like divide, to divide a certain number in the ratio. It is to share it in the given ratio. So the number that you are given is the total. Our total is what? Is 36 in terms of the given number, whatever that you are sharing. So what about the ratio? All right, let's start with the first one, 1:2. There are two quantities. There are two people that are sharing 36. So what is the total parts in terms of the ratio? Remember, I said always deal with what? Total. So total 1 plus what? 1 plus 2. Which is what? Which is 3. So this is the total in terms of what? The ratio. The total number of parts. So this one obtained one part out of 3, out of the total. They are sharing in like this. This one got one part and the other one got 2 parts. So this one got one part out of 3 parts. This one got 2 parts out of the 3 parts they are sharing. So how many parts are they sharing? That is the total ratio. How many parts are they sharing? So if you understand this, it will be easier now for you to obtain what exactly this one got, the one with a 1. So therefore, the one with a 1 got 1 out of the total in terms of the ratio, which is what? Which is 3. They are sharing. So this one got 1 out of 3. So it is like this, guys. You are sharing 12 sweets, and you are 2 of you, and you got 1 out of 3. How do you now determine the number of sweets? So it's 1 out of 3 times what you are sharing. So in our case, we are sharing 36. We do not know 36 what. So we multiply to 36, the total of what you are sharing. Total to be what? To be shared. What we are sharing. So you multiply that. So this is the total of the ratio. So this is it. That was going to give us 1/3 times 36. You can even use your calculator. 1/3. Then multiply to 36. That is what? 12. So this one was going to obtain 12. If it is the money, it's going to be 12 rand. If it is, I don't know, whatever that you are sharing there, this one got 12. What about the one that he has got 2 parts of the ratio? The one with the 2 parts is going to be 2 out of the total of the ratio. Total, how many parts? 3 parts times the total of what? To be shared. All right, 36. Just like that. So it was going to be 2/36. 2/3, 2/3. Let me remove this, put a 2 there. So that is what? 24. Just like that. So this one was going to obtain 24. This was going to obtain 12 according to what they are sharing. Let us move on to B. On B, they are now sharing in the ratio 1:3. So in that ratio, 1:3, what is the total ratio? 1 plus 3, which is 4. So the 1 with a 1, this one, is going to obtain 1 out of the total of the ratio. 1 part. He has got 1 part out of how many parts of the ratio? Out of 4 parts, times the total to be shared, 36. So that was going to give us 36 divided by 4, which is what? Which is 9. Or just use your calculator, 1 over 4 times 36. So this is what? 9. And the one that has 3 parts is going to obtain 3 out of the total of the ratio, 3 out of 4, times what? What is to be shared? 36. So this is it. 3 over 4 times 36 is going to give us what? 27. So this one got 27. This one got 9. So meaning to say, if you add what the first one obtained and what the second one obtained, you must get a total of 36. Remember, they are sharing 36. You are dividing 36. So if we are to add the first share, which is 9, plus the second share, which is 27, you must have 36. Still, you must have that. All right. Use it even for the first one. You're going to see that if you add those two, you're going to get back the 36. Let us move on to C. In the ratio 5:4, so I want you to try it. Remember, guys, maths is a skill. It's not a talent. You learn. You learn the concept. All right. So you learn the concept and you practice it. It's all about practice. So I want you to try this one. All right. After trying it, let's see what were you going to have. The total in terms of the ratio is going to be what? 9. That is 5 plus what? 5 plus 4, which is 9. So the one with a share of a 5 is going to be 5 over what? The total ratio, 5 over 9 times what are they sharing? 36. So that was going to give us 5 over 9 times 36. So this was going to give us 20. We move on to the one that has a 4 according to the share out of what? Out of 9 times 36, the total to be shared. So that was going to give us 4 over 9 times 36 is 16. So like I said, what the first one obtained and what the second one obtained together must add up to the total 36. The first one obtained or got a 20. The second one got a what? A 16. So together add up to 36. That's a ratio for you. All right. Two guys that we are given, Langa and Ray, share 24,000 Rand in the ratio 5:3. In the ratio, the moment you are given that, ask yourself, what is the total of that ratio? Because they are sharing, share. Let's go back here. Divide 36 in the ratio. Share 36 in the ratio 1:2. 1:3. Is there a difference here when they say Langa and Ray share? It's share. Divide. So we are back to this same type of a question. Same type. Nothing has changed. So how much does each get? How much does each get? Meaning to say, Langa is going to get how much? Ray is going to get how much? So this one, it's you take it respectively as it is. So it's the first one is Langa there. So the first ratio, 5 to 3, I mean the first value that we have there, which is 5, corresponds to the first person, which is for Langa, as to the second one, which is what? Which is Ray. So that is their ratio. So there we are given the ratio. We are to divide, to share 24,000. That's our total to be shared. What are we to share? 24,000 rand. So what is the total of the ratio? Because this is to be shared from this ratio, just like what we had before. 36 is to be shared in this ratio, in this ratio, in this ratio. So by that, we need the total of the ratio. What is our total ratio? Our total ratio is going to be 5 plus 3, which is what? Which is 8. So therefore, Langa is going to obtain how much? Because according to the ratio, he has 5 parts. He has 5 parts. This is what he is going to obtain. Out of how many? Because this one is 5, this one is got 3. Out of how many? Out of the total when they are combined together, because they we are taking a total amount. So it is out of what? The total 8, which is our ratio, times the total to be shared, which is 24,000 rand. Just like that. Just like that. Just like that. Same way that we obtained before. So how much was he going to obtain? 5 over 8 times what? 24,000. So this was going to give us 15,000. All right. So that's 15,000 rand. 15,000. So Langa was going to obtain that one. All right. Let us move on because they said each. What about Ray? According to the ratio, Ray has got how many parts? Ray has got 3 parts. 3 out of the total when they are combined together, 8 times the total amount to be shared, which is what? 24,000 rand. Just like that, you have got the share for what? For Mr. Langa. So Mr. Langa was going to obtain what? 3 out of 8 times 24,000. So this is 9,000 rand. 9,000 rand. Just like that. Meaning to say, together combined must give us the total they shared. They divided together. What Langa obtained, 15,000, plus what Mr. Ray obtained, which is 9,000, must add up to 24,000, what they are sharing. If this is not happening, one of the two is wrong, or both of your answers are wrong. So you can now rectify back. You can correct yourself. All right? You can correct yourself when it is like that. If the two are added together and you do not obtain this, it means your answer is wrong. If you are to share, just like what we saw here, we are to share 36, so the total of these two must add up to what you are sharing. You cannot say you are sharing 24,000 rand, but at the end of the day, when you add the total of everything, you have got 56, or you have got something smaller than that. No, it must be exactly equal to what you shared. Just like that. So this is how you can answer these questions. So do revision. If you do not understand, the comment section is there. Let us communicate. Try to work out as many questions as we can. Let us move on to another one. So I want you to try again. Try it. Then after that, look into how I'm going to answer it. We are given on this question that 2 bricklayers, 2 of them, Seppo and John, there are 2. So we're going to put T and a J there. They work on a building, all right? 2 bricklayers. Tsepo worked for 140 hours, while John worked for 80 hours. They were paid, this is the most important thing, they were paid 14,000 rand for the what? To do the job. This is what they were paid. All right? So far we do not know what is happening. So now the key part is that they share here, they share the money in the same ratio as the hours they worked. They share, they divide, they share. We are back to that condition. In the ratio, there must be a ratio. There we were given the ratio, 5:3. But this time, we are not given. They told us where the ratio must be taken from. The ratio must be taken from where? The hours they worked. Calculate how much pay each of them will receive. So we are share. What will be the share of Tsepo? What will be the share of John? Each will receive. So we are back to the ratio, to share again, to divide in a certain what? From a certain ratio. So how are we going to do this one? Oh, sorry for that. How are we going to do that? We are going to look back to the hours because they were sharing this total, the total to be shared. We know it. Total to be what? To be shared. We know that it is what? 14,000 rand. So this is what they are going to share. What about the ratio? Because we do not have the ratio. The ratio is to be taken from the hours they worked. So Tsepo worked for 140 hours. So it's 140 as to. So this is for Tsepo. As to what? John. And John worked for 80 hours. 80. 80 hours. So from the hours they worked, we have the ratio. You can reduce it, it's in your hands. Remember, I said ratio can also be reduced. So how do we reduce it? It's a fraction, 140 over 80, 140 over this. So you can even use your calculator if you want, 140 over 80 like this. It will give you a fraction in simplest form, 7 over 4. It simply means 7 is to 4. So this is their ratio in simplest form. We are just writing in what? Simplest form. It is not a problem to use exactly as it was 140 as to 8. No, you can use it. But you can also work out with what? A reduced value, which is a reduced ratio. All right. Anyways, guys, how much each is going to get? Tsepo had 7 and John had what? 4. So what is the total of the ratio? So total was going to be 7 plus 4, which is what? Which is 11. So therefore, Tsepo is going to obtain 7 according to the ratio, 7 parts out of the total ratio 11 times what are they sharing to be shared. It is what? 14,000 rand. Just like that. So that is what you're going to have. So even if you used 140 and 8, you're going to have same answers. Do not worry about that one. You're going to have same answers at the end. 7 over 11 times 14,000 that was going to give us this as a fraction. So press the SD button, this one SD change. So press it again. This one, it is like 0.9999. So if you press it like this, it's going to show you. You can even round off to 2 decimal places. Shift, you go to the setup, then you press fix number 6, then to 2 decimal places you press a 2. So it's going to give you your answer to 2 decimal places, 8,909. All right, 909 comma 09, like that. So this is what Tsepo is going to obtain at the end of the day. All right, what about John? John has got 4 parts. In the simplest form, it is what? 4 parts. So that is John is going to have 4 parts out of 11 parts of the ratio times what is to be shared, 14,000 rand. So this is it. That was going to be the share of John. So you're just going to put a 4 here. That is what? As a decimal, 5,090.91. All right, 0.91. So this is it. So that is how they shared 14,000 rand in the ratio 140:80 according to the number of hours they worked. So like I said, if I'm going to take this share for Tsepo and I add to John, I'm supposed to obtain the total they shared, 14,000. All right. So remember, Tsepo got 8909.09 plus. All right. Remember, let me go back to the normal mode. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. I need, okay, shift. Why is it not pressing the shift? Shift setup. I need normal 8. Okay, 2. All right, so I want to add 8,909.09 plus this one, 5,090.91. So this adds up to what? 14,000. 14,000, the exact amount they shared together. So that is how you answer these typical questions. Do revise. Do revise. You are going to see that it will be a repetition throughout. They repeat these questions. So we are going to look into other typical questions later on. But as for the basics, this is what you need. So please do revise as much as you can.